Okay, my friends, here is our extended chat on the 10 minutes we had together this week talking about expectations and what happens when you get all ready for something with your business and maybe you meet for coffee or you're going to meet for coffee and the plans fall through, the person cancels or doesn't show up, or you think you're going to sign someone and they don't sign, or just anything where you've really built up those expectations and it doesn't happen the way you wanted it to happen. Have you felt like that? You get to that point where you think, I am doing everything right. I'm listening to everything, every video. I've got every piece of paper. I'm going to all the meetings. I'm learning about all the oils. I'm doing everything that I can to do my business. And then something just falls through and they cancel on me, or I don't meet my numbers, or just all those expectations that I had just don't seem to come together. Or sometimes it's just one thing that happens. It makes you doubt all of it. Have you ever set up a meeting and the person either doesn't show up or they cancel, and then you go, I just don't even know if I'm right for this business. I just don't know if I'm even right to do this. I don't know. You know, and it's like, this is a relay. This is a very long marathon. And don't let one sprint, one burst of energy make you want to quit the whole race. And remember, we keep talking about going back to your why. Well, your why, that word why, is really powerful, that you can pull out and use on these little smaller segments of your business too. Like, why did I make that call? Why did I want to see this person in the first place? Why did I want to hit those numbers? Why did I want to go to this but didn't? So why is a tool that you can use, which is brilliant that doTERRA asks you to always go back to your why. But you can use your why in smaller doses. It can empower you with your smallest moves, and all of these add up to this big thing that you're doing. Remember, you got into this business, and it's not just your typical business, not just because you want to make money. It's like a relationship, and Marie Forleo is a very good business person to follow with this, and she just released one of her vintage videos that's talked about being in love with the business that you're starting. It's like a relationship. You don't want to get into it just for the money. You don't want to marry the guy just for his money. You don't want to date that woman just for her money. Same thing is, you don't want to go into this business, and you didn't go into this business just for the money. The money is nice and it's lovely and it's the way you want to support yourself, but it's just the means to help you do this business to create well-being in the world. That's what this business is all about. Look what you've chosen and look what chose you. This is a business where you can create and enhance the well-being of everyone you talk to. Everyone. You can just be a walking advertisement for well-being. Remember, you want to be that guy or girl that people say, I want what she's having. I'll take what he's having. You want to be that person, and you already are. You were drawn to this business, and it was drawn to you because you care about the well-being of others. But first, you've got to care about the well-being of yourself and your family. You've got to be a great representation of that, but don't make it, a task to do or something. Remember, we want to add to our life, not add to our list. So use your oils, use your knowledge, live it every day, and make your expectations opportunities. And if you hang your expectations on outward things that are out there, other people, conditions, meetings, numbers, when you hang your expectations on them, it feels good for a little while, even when things are going great. But then that person gets in their car and drive away, and you don't think about it, but your expectations go with that person. Every time you just had a really good meeting, you're like, oh, this is great, it went so well, and then you say goodbye, and you don't want to say goodbye. You have those long goodbyes, and you're just hugging, and you're like, okay, well, all right, and you talk a little bit more. It's because you're hanging your expectations on this person and this meeting, and you don't want to let go. Because then that person gets in their car, and they drive away, and there goes a little bit of that good feeling. Where if you would have had your expectations within, and only had the expectations riding on yourself, then when it feels good talking to that person, but when they get in their car and go away, they don't take anything with them because you've got your expectations on the inside. So change You don't have to change having expectations, but don't affirm that expectations are hard or expectations are hard to meet. You've already got them. Your expectations go within. So next time you have a meeting with someone, you can't expect anything from someone else because you don't have all the knowledge. They still have free will. They have things going on. So put your expectations on yourself, because yourself, you are the only ones who know everything that's going on with yourself. And that's where you want your expectations to lie, within, on yourself. That's the only place that you have all the knowledge of what's going on. So you paste your resilience on the outward people, resilience on the other people. You're going to build your resilience to where you just stay even, where if they show up and they're wonderful and they want to buy everything and they want to give you hundreds of dollars and everything's all great, you still say even keel because your expectations are within. The real message there when someone gets excited about what you're doing is that you fulfilled your own expectations to do your best and to be authentic and to share what you're doing with these people. You just want to share and shine your light. And then if they want to join in, oh, sure, of course you can. Yes, here, I'm not the only one who's doing all this. You can do this too. You can have this too. By the same token, if someone's not interested, it's not their thing, they're not even going to give you a chance to talk about it, that doesn't dash your hopes either. That doesn't lose anything in your momentum because your expectations are within. Because someone turns you down or they're not interested or they don't understand it has no bearing on how much you're enjoying this business. You're enjoying what you're doing. You're enjoying using what you're talking about. You're living it. That's why this wonderful business chose you. And you're good at it. You're very good at it. Because it's just you. You're just talking about your very best self. You're going everywhere and you're meeting up with everyone being your best. And you've got a resource to enhance your best true self every time. So go talk to these people. Talk to them. And if they don't show up or they don't understand or they don't hear you, take that as an opportunity. That's an opportunity for you to just grow and have the time to learn more about yourself and go back and use some more. Remember my 3 B's. There's a pre-B to my 3 B's. The pre-B is stop doing what you're doing. If you start doubting yourself or you start feeling bad or wondering if you're good at this, stop that. Stop doing what you're doing. Then you're going to breathe. Take a breath. Let it out. Then you're going to back it up and you're going to break it down. Back it up. Back it up to that point. I want you to back it up, take a breath, and then back it up to the moment you felt your best about this company. The moment you felt your best about doing what you do. The moment you felt your best when you breathed that favorite oil of yours. The moment you felt, back it up to your highest point and start there. And then you're going to break it all down. You're going to break it down into all these little bitty whys that add up to your big why, that constant lovely why of yours, why you're here, why you're doing this, why doTERRA came to you in the first place, why these oils came to you in the first place. Break it all down into little bitty whys. Why did I do this? Why did I make this list of people? Revisit your list of people. Change them up a little bit. Change the order of your people. Maybe there's someone you had at 10 that ought to be at 3, and you want to call that person. Why? Why did I do that? Why did I make this phone call? Why did I want to walk into this coffee shop? And trust me, if you show up and someone didn't show up, you stick around there. There's a purpose in that. And one of my favorite word exchanges, don't look for the reason, look for the purpose. There's a purpose in everything that's happening. Everything that happens to you is happening for you. I promise you that. So the quicker you sit there and look around and start looking where, wow, what's in it for me with this? The faster you're going to get in the habit. You're going to get in the practice and the habit of always expecting and accepting the best in everything you do. Okay? You have everything it takes to not only be a success, but enjoy creating this success. Expectations are within. Start now. Expectations are within. Expectations are on yourself. And you know how to be your best every minute of every day. You know how to do that. You need to walk in expecting and accepting the best in every situation, because the expectations are no longer riding on someone outside, something outside, the condition outside. Your expectations are only within, and you're always going to be able to meet those because you have what it takes. And the more you do that, the more you'll shine, and the more you'll have people calling you to set up appointments. You'll have people calling you to ask, how do I get those oils again? What is it you're using? Just do it. Just live it. Live it. Practice it every day. And remember, it's a good thing to practice that. And we're using this as an example, but this applies to everything in your life. So when you make that call and you set an appointment for the next day or the next week, what do you do in between the call and the meeting? Every day, set your intention and get excited about that call. But the expectation is on yourself to do the best. And no pressure. Your expectation is to enjoy the meeting. Just have fun and enjoy it. But don't expect anything from the other person. Don't expect that person to have to do any work. You do all the work. And that work is within. And the biggest thing, the only thing you need to do every day is to enjoy who you are, why you're here, and what you're doing, no matter what. Okay, I hope this helps you. I'll see you next Thursday for our next 10 minutes on Thrive Thursday. If you have any questions, contact me. If you want to get together, if you want a phone call, if you want to meet for coffee, I will show up. All right, I love you. Go, Terry, go.